Hello, all you wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. Today we are going to be talking about anime. I have not done a show and tell video in quite some time, and so one of the things in my collection, well, I say one, but one of the themes of things I collect is I have some long running anime that I like to collect for that would normally fill up about the other half of that shelf back there. Yeah, back that way. Yeah, somewhere on that shelf. But yeah, so I have I'm going to be talking about kind of the anime when I started watching anime. Well, after actually knowing what I was watching was anime. There's been a few anime movies that I've seen growing up when I was younger, but I didn't really have the mindset of knowing what anime was at that point. But yeah, so this kind of goes back to uh, Cartoon Network's anime block of Toonami and such. And yeah, that's kind of where my anime journey started. Was not with Dragon Ball Z, like a lot of um, Americans. So yeah, I got my kind of trifecta of anime here that I watched through, and plus some bonuses because I decided to just show you all the long running anime I've been collecting for. Um, and I consider long running anime with anything like with 100 plus episodes. That's what I'm going to go with. I have not completed my collection, but I would say I'm pretty gosh darn close. Well, close to completing it, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm not completely caught up with my collection. So let's start with probably the original anime that I kind of started watching through. Um, which actually, now that. No, Pokemon came after. Because I did watch a bit of Pokemon at some point, but I don't collect Pokemon stuff. It gripped me at one point. Same with Yu Gi Oh! But after watching through at least a lot of the series, I was kind of done with it after that. um, but Yu Gi Oh! is fun too. Anyways, the first real anime I got to was uh, Inuyasha. So I'm gonna give you a little. I can't remember much about what drew me to it, but it was probably the very serialized kind of um, storytelling. At least I think that's the term, serialized, where the story continues from one episode to the next. Though, even though that is the case, a lot of these are gonna have filler episodes. So, but I don't remember Inuyasha being too bad for that. At least starting out, anyways. Because I know all the ones on here are pretty much mostly canon. Like, and this goes for the first 27 episodes. Um, fun fact, I did own the DVD box sets when they first released. I bought up to like season 3 or 4. Um, but yeah, this is set 1 of the Blu-ray re-releases. All of these are actually on Blu-ray because I wanted to try to buy them in the highest quality um, of video I could, even though in the grand scheme it's not really too far better than the DVDs just because when these anime were made. But yeah, this is set 1. I'll give you a little look. Sorry about the glare. But my setup is very well. It's very early YouTube, so. Then we got set 2, which contains episodes 28 through 55. So I watched pretty far into Inuyasha, but I know I never completed it. The original series I never completed. I think I watched a lot of it, and then I ended up skipping to see what the end was like. And then I remember being kind of disappointed because the end of the series wasn't really the end. I need a better spot to set this because I have a lot of stuff to actually show you guys. So let's start a little pile on the ground just because that's how I'm going to do this. We got Inuyasha set 3 with Sesshomaru. Yes, I probably butchered that. We got episodes 56 to 83. I'll try to. This does not get a good look at the color of this. Like, I kind of have to hold it back here in order for you to get a nice look at the color. Not gonna take these out of the sleeve just because they're pretty much the same artwork. I would have loved to actually get all these with the sleeve, which I do of the original series. Just we got set 4, which contains episodes 84 to 111. I will explain more as we get to different stuff that I can talk about, but like I said, there's just a lot of this series that I didn't see past a certain point. We have set 5, which contains 112 to 139. I don't see a lot of people actually talking about Inuyasha. Well, I do, but they. I don't know if people would put Inuyasha in the same category as some of these other anime I have. But to me, it was one of the first of, I'm going to say, trifecta of anime that I watched alongside with Cartoon Network and stuff. And we have the final set of the original Inuyasha series, set 6, which went to 167 episodes. Now, this is where I skipped ahead to check out to see what the ending episode was. Just, I don't know what my logic was behind it, but I did, and like I said, I was disappointed because I did not understand why it ended like it did, but later on I realized it only completed up to a certain part in the manga. Like maybe the manga wasn't finished at the when they stopped this series. But later on, this is where I start to have some without a slipcover. Which is why, in them cases, you should probably not buy off of Amazon and buy off someplace that has actually pictures of the product you're buying. Um, we have Inuyasha, the final act, which this also came damaged because, again, I got it off Amazon, so joke's on me. But this was a second series to pretty much wrap up the Inuyasha series. I haven't watched any of this, but this does take advantage of being on a Blu-ray because this was actually made in a higher quality video format since this released later. But this finishes up the Inuyasha manga. So yeah, this is like 24 episodes. So I haven't seen actually any of these, so I'd never actually seen how Inuyasha ended. Then of course, on Blu-ray I have the Inuyasha the movie collection. It's a 4-pack on 2 Blu-ray discs. Now, it's kind of hard to see, but so even though this is on Blu-ray, the movies are in 1080i, so they're 1080 interlaced, I believe. They're not actually 1080p, so that is a little bit of a difference, but yeah, I have seen all the movies. Now, I only watched them like once, so I'm probably due for like a rewatch of them, but yeah, the movies are actually fun. Then again, pretty much most of these I'm not going to be caught up on as far as being completely caught up on anime, but then Inuyasha later down the line it gets another series. Now I am gonna put it in the Inuyasha series, even though it's its own series. But we have the series Yashahime, which is basically a series where you have Inuyashas and Morokus and Sangos and just the children of the original main characters in Inuyasha. So they got a story that revolves around them. Um, there's actually like a season 1 part 2 and a season 2 part 1 and 2. But I only have season 1 part 1 currently. So I need to pick up the other 3 that are out. But yeah, I started watching through that on Crunchyroll actually. Um, it was kind of alright. Like, I don't think it's. I wouldn't hold it as high quality as the original series, but it was enjoyable enough. I still want to collect them all. Okay, moving on next. I'll save that one for last just because I know a little bit more about that. So we're going to head into Bleach. So this is, again, the re-releases on Blu-ray for the Bleach series. We have Bleach Set 1, which covers the first 27 episodes. So, unlike the Inuyasha series, The slipcover has kind of like a, not necessarily foil, like it has a foil like look, shiny look, but not. It's not. It's still just made of the regular slipcover material. But one thing, so the cover is the same, but when you go to the back, it's actually different artwork. I won't be showing them all, but this pretty much covers the substitute arc of the series. Which, so, this is actually another series I did not finish, but the substitute arc is a really good opener arc. Um, it's definitely worth a watch. Then we have Bleach Set 2, which has episodes 28 to 55. So this is going to be roughly the beginning of the. You have the cover art, which you can definitely tell it's very foil, kind of look like shiny. And then you got the artwork on the back. It's a little different, but not by much. So this pretty much begins the rescue arc. Which, if you want to get technical, it would be the rescue arc, the entry. Actually, I think this collects most of the not retro, rescue arc, but it then will finish the arc in set 3. Like the first 5 or 6 episodes will finish the rescue arc. This is episodes 56 to 83. So, halfway through set 3, it's gonna start the Bount arc. So I did watch pretty far into this series when I was binge watching it. I never finished it though, so I did watch through this arc. My problem is I don't really remember much from it, so a lot of people say it's bad. I watched it, like, I don't know if I would consider it. Well, at the time I had nothing to compare it to, so it is probably bad since that's a lot of people's general impression of it, but I really need to rewatch it in order to get a official kind of opinion on it. Because I can't really give a justified opinion about it just because I haven't seen it in a while and I can't remember much of it. Other than I think it involves a vampire type species or something like that. Then we have set 4, which I believe continues the Bount arc. This goes from episodes 84 to 111. You have Renji on the cover. I guess I could have been telling you some of the characters on here. At least the ones I remember. Then you got the back art, which I really love the art, and I actually have all these in the slipcover, so that is so awesome. So something kind of interesting on the side there. You see, there's a 4. Each set has a different kind of symbol. Like episode 3 has that symbol. Episode 2, try to get these lined up the best I can with just my hand. So I don't know exactly what language that is, but it's probably kanji or something along the lines. I'm not really sure, so don't quote me on that because I don't really know. But yeah, that is set 4. And then set 5, you have Orihime on the front on a very reflective background. Then on the back, you have Ichigo with his hollow mask form going on. Um, this one contains episodes 112 to 139. This, I don't know if it's this one. Is this? So I believe in this one, the Arankars evade Ichigo's, well, town and stuff like that. I think that's the arc that gets put in this set. At the end, they might be making their way to Wakamondo. At least I think that's how that's pronounced. But that's definitely in the next set if it's not at the end of this one. Then we got set 6 with Grimjow on the cover. Then on the back you have, I guess it's what you would call kind of Ichigo's hollow half. Is that right? I can't really remember. But Ichigo has like I'm just gonna call him like a look-alike, a doppelganger kind, not necessarily doppelganger, but he has a look-alike that he fights with on his like inner self. So I'm pretty sure this is probably where Ichigo first fights Grimjaw, but definitely by the end of this one, I think they start to head out to Wakamondo and start that arc. Alright, we have set 7 of Bleach. So you have I don't actually remember her name. Yeah, I can't remember her name, sorry. But this contains episodes 168 to 195. Then you have Ichigo in his hollow form, well, hollow mask form, doing his Bankai, which is like a finishing move that each Soul Reaper, yeah, each Soul Reaper has like a finishing move which they call a Bankai. It's a really good action anime. Then you have Bleach set 8. I realize I'm going through these kind of slow, but I'm hoping you guys enjoy this. This has episodes 196 to 223. Then, pretty sure, so it's kind of hard to tell where this takes place because one of the reasons why I stopped watching Bleach is I lost track where I was at. The filler gets really kind of bad on here and makes the whole story kind of confusing where you're watching and such. Because the story arcs that they're taking from the manga, you really do have to kind of skip the filler in order to not get confused, because you'll be watching in the middle of a battle that's about to break out, and then all of a sudden we're back in a completely different area, starting this new little story arc. And yeah, it's just stuff like that. Then after like 10 episodes, you go back to the war that to continue the arc of the battle you was about ready to see unfold, and then you're like, wow, I forgot about this part. But yeah, so filler's really bad. So if you do watch this, at least in the later part, I would say skip the filler when it gets to um, the Arankars, like invading. I think when the Arankars are facing Soul Society captains in like a simulation of Ichigo's hometown. At least I think that's it. And I mean, you can consider some of the stuff I'm saying spoilers, but you've had like 20 years to watch through this if you're gonna watch through this. So this is set 9. So fun fact: this is the first in the set that is recorded in 1080p. So from this point on, everything's in like widescreen 1080p, and it where before these are in 1080p too, but these are like in a different aspect ratio than what these are. So these would be like watching in like a square kind of format, where this is more in a widescreen now. But this set also is just one giant filler arc, which the filler arc is where uh, the Zonpak, I can't speak. The Zonpak, you know what I'm saying. The weapons kind of they end up going against the soul reapers. So yeah, it's a arc. It's a filler arc where they take on their own weapons. And yeah, that's the arc, and I believe that's what this set contains. Again, that is one of the filler arcs. On its own, I think it's fine to watch if that's what you're looking for. But if it's also one of them arcs where you're in the middle of a battle about to break out, and then all of a sudden it goes to that arc for like what feels like 20 episodes. So it's crazy. Then we got set 10, which includes episodes 252 to 279. So this is going to be about to the point where I just don't know any of the story because I didn't complete this all the way through, unfortunately. So now is where I'm gonna about ready to point out, just showing you the sets themselves. Then we got set 11 with Lord Isaac on the front. His name is it Isaac? Eisen, with an A. And I do not know who is on the back cover. I don't recognize that. But anyways, this is pretty much this is past, or the start of this one is probably around where I stopped at. About this has episodes 280 to 308. Then we got Rukia in a Soul Reaver form. I bet you I'm saying that wrong. Soul Reaper. I keep on saying Soul Reaver like I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere like PS2 game, Soul Reaver. uh, but they're Soul Reapers. My bad. Uh, Rukia. This is set 12. Yeah. This is set 12. 309 to 337. And then you got Ichigo on the back with his giant Final Fantasy VII sword. Yeah, not much to say. Honestly, just because I haven't seen. This is a pretty cool cover art. This is the last set of the original Bleach series. You got Ichigo being kind of surrounded by a wind type. Not really wind, but it looks like he's like in a tornado of power or something. Then you got Ichigo on the back as well. This covers 338 to 366 episodes. And that is the run of Bleach. Then here I have these are 4 movies based in the Bleach movies. I've seen these all too, and they're all pretty good actually. I enjoy the movies. They're all in 1080p, so not like the Inuyasha movies. I don't want much to say just because other than the films were pretty good. I'd rewatch them. If I would consider them like good filler arcs. I don't think any of the movies are actual canon. So I haven't seen any of this. But I am completely caught up with collecting Bleach currently until they release the next part. But we got Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War. This is part 1. They haven't released part 2 yet. And from what I hear, there's actually going to be a part 3 that they're making right now. Or they already have it made. I don't know. But this continues where the series left off. So that's kind of cool. This is made to kind of finish out the manga, because when Bleach originally ended, the manga had not stopped yet. So this is to complete the story, at least all the canon of the manga. Oh boy. So this is going to be a bigger video than what I thought it was going to be. Alright, we'll save the bonus items for last because they still fit in, just they're not a part of my trifecta that got me into anime. And now, of course, we have probably the most popular anime out there outside of the Dragon Ball series. If we're talking about early 2000s, Dragon Ball was the big popular thing in like the 90s. So when we hit into the 2000s, we have Naruto. I say it Naruto. Some people say it Naruto. I just say it all as one word. I don't know exactly what the right way is. But I can see it being both ways, like Naruto and Naruto. Just one way has more emphasis. One emphasizes more on Naruto and instead of the other way that kind of separates it into Na then Ruto. So depends how you want to say the first part, is however you want to say the name. Um, this includes, like any of the other re-release Blu-rays, this includes the first 27 episodes. Uh, it's a great arc. This has a great start too. It actually most of this series is pretty well up until you get to kind of almost the last point, which I'll mention. But you get your opening arc, and then they travel to the land of waves, face Zabuza, and Haku, which actually were some pretty badass enemies for early on in the series. But yeah. Then we have Naruto Set 2. And then this has episodes 28 to 55. So this starts the the tuning exams. So each back just kind of has the same kind of back where it has scenes and then gives you a little bit of info. So, but the real thing, so I'll mention this now just because I'm not going to have the arms to hold them up to show you completely. But this is like the first four and last four of the original set are, it's kind of like a wall mantle kind of thing. But yeah, so this starts the tuning exams, which is honestly probably one of my favorite arcs of the Naruto series. This goes, I believe, to the end of the Forest of Death. I could be wrong. It's probably the end of the Forest of Death, and it might get some of the preliminary rounds, more than likely. You also have Sasuke and Rock Lee on the cover there. You have Naruto, Sakura, and Gaara on the cover of this one. And this has episodes 56 to 82. So this is going to get the third exam of the tuning exam, which is pretty much a tournament. So I was explaining this kind of earlier about how around this time a lot of these long running kind of animes were doing like tournament arcs and stuff. You got to see them in like several different anime. This one, Hunter x Hunter. In my two bonus animes that I'm going to share with you guys. So, yeah, it was a thing that was happening. But yeah, it was a good end to the tuning exam arc. Then with this, so I believe set 3 ends off where probably at the final round or something like that. And then this starts to get into the destruction of the Leaf Village. This has Kakashi, Jiraiya, and Naruto. And can't remember the toad name of the giant toad. But there's like 3 toads that can be summoned. But so this is the destruction of the Leaf Village. This covers episodes 83 to 110. So this also covers then the search for Lady Tsunade. Yeah. Again, good arcs. I enjoyed them. I think I liked the tuning exam better, but this was a solid arc. Then we have set 5, which starts a new kind of art wall mantle type of thing. This has episodes 111 to 137, so many Naruto fans would consider this the end of the first series, because this basically, you've been getting kind of a build up with Naruto versus Sasuke the whole Naruto run in this series, and this has the conclusion of that. So if you are satisfied and you got your Naruto out of your system, you could stop here if you wanted to. If you wanted to stop here and move on to the next series, you can do that. Because anything past this point, I'm not really going to remember, due to one thing that I will explain when I pull up the next set, which is set 6. Includes episodes 138 to 165. So pretty much the last of these sets, they are all filler arcs. I want to say that might be due just to they were caught up to the manga that was releasing, so they took a big giant break to let the manga get way ahead before they start animating any part more of the manga. So the entire pretty much the entire last of this series is all filler arcs. So if you can get behind that, then you'll probably enjoy the show for what is left of this original run of the series. But yeah, it's important to note that. Then we of course have set 7, which includes episodes 166 to 192. Again, I'm not really going to say much outside of showing the art, just because I don't really remember what the filler arcs were in here, so I can't tell you about any of the story beats or anything like that. I can say I did actually watch the entire run when I binged this, so I didn't skip any of the fillers when I originally watched this. Then we have set 8, which concludes with episodes 193 to 220. So, canon and story context, you could watch the last 15 minutes to the final episode and it will tie into the next series that starts after this original series. But it's not necessary to watch it. But yeah, so you have nearly 90 episodes that are all filler, not canon story. Then, of course, to complete the series in all its glory, I have the Naruto triple feature collector's edition. The one where they had a comic book artist design the cover art of this uh, Blu-ray collection. This collects the 3 Naruto movies. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't think I really like the artwork of this, but it was an interesting concept they did to try to market this. But yeah, so the 3 movies are good. They're good, like filler arc kind of movies, all in 1080p, so no worries in that area. They're worth watching. So, can't really go too far into this just because they are still in the middle of actually releasing this one by one, but I will cover what I have so far. We have Naruto Shippuden. This is the next set of the series. This takes place like 2 years after the original series. So, this series gets pretty long-winded, like Dragon Ball type long-winded battles, where one battle is probably going to last like 20 episodes or something like that, just to give an example. So, this definitely has a different kind of feel to it, but it's not a bad feeling. If anything, in a lot of things, it advanced the characters and just art styles a little bit different, and eventually, like, it will get to a point where it's it's made in actual, like, widescreen 1080p. But yeah, this includes the first 27 episodes. Um, we get much more look into the main enemy, the Akatsuki. Can I read? Or can I say it? Akatsuki. There we go. They're a little group that is in turn trying to collect all the Jinjurikis. Sorry, I'm trying to say all this stuff. Basically, they're trying to collect all the demons that are like the demon in Naruto, which you will already know if you watch the original series that Naruto has a demon in him. So yeah, this group is trying to collect all the demons and, I don't know, probably destroy the world. Just like any other evil kind of group. But yeah, it's definitely it's as fun to watch as the original. Then we have Naruto Shippuden Set 2. Um Again, I can't really say too much for the story beats just because I haven't watched this in so long. And when I did, it was only like one watch through. I've watched through or I should say more, I've experienced the original Naruto story of the original series in different mediums, like media, in different medias. From watching the anime a couple times, and I also experienced in different video games and such. So I haven't experienced this series story as much. But I do remember like small little beats, like this is where Sai is introduced into Naruto's team. So there's that point. Um, this kind of ends with the battle on the bridge where Naruto is transforming for the first time, growing out four tails. And that sounds weird from being out of context, but yeah. So the more tails Naruto grows out when he's letting the demon power come out of him, um, the more power that's coming out of him, I guess. Um, but yeah, this has Sakura on the front. This includes episodes 28 through 55. So either either at the end of this one or at the beginning of the next one, Naruto is finally going to come in contact with Sasuke for the first time in what feels like forever. So that is an kind of exciting thing since, like I said, it took forever for Naruto to be on the same screen as Sasuke, and yeah, that's definitely something. Then we have Naruto Shippuden Set 3 with Sasuke on the front. And we also have Asuma? Or is that his name? Come on. Yeah, Asuma. Um, so this includes episodes 56 to 82. This is gonna. So um, I will not spoil one thing, but the ending part, I don't know if it's the exact ending episode, but it might go over a little bit, or it might be at that last episode. But this ends on a sad note, so prepare yourself for that if you are watching through set 3 and get into episode 82. This ends on a really sad note, and yeah. Um, but on that note, it will definitely make you want to watch the next set of episodes, though. Like I said, in a lot of aspects, I like Naruto Shippuden better than the original series. But I still hold in my heart specific arcs of the original series that I still like to go back to. So, we are not done as far as sets. That's all that is released currently for Naruto Shippuden. Um, I believe in September the set 4 is supposed to release, so I'm keeping my eye out for that so I can get that when it releases. But yeah. So then we have Naruto Shippuden, the movie Rasengan collection. Rasengan is a move Naruto has in his moveset. This is just a fancy way of naming. This is the first 4 movies in the Naruto Shippuden series. Honestly, I think they're all relatively good movies. There's not really that much artwork on the back. So it's just a cover art. So nothing really too fancy. Yeah, I think the movies are alright. Or I don't want to make it sound like they're just alright, but they're good. I think I like the movies better than the original Naruto series movies. At least these 4. I don't remember much of the Will of Fire, and Bonds is kind of iffy for my memory, But I do remember the original Naruto Shippuden movie and The Lost Tower. So yeah, good movies. Then, of course, we have the last set of movies. We have the last set of 4 movies in the Naruto Shippuden series. And you also get a glimpse at the first Boruto movie. Um, I would say the weakest of the bunch is Road to Ninja. I think that was a not that great of a movie, but the other two were pretty good, and I have not watched the Boruto movie. But yeah, this is another. I do still recommend the movies I did see, other than Road to Ninja. But yeah. So I haven't got this next set complete either, but I'm gonna go through this hopefully relatively quick due to I just haven't watched through this series just because I've been meaning to rewatch through the original Naruto Shippuden. But we got Boruto, the Naruto Next Generation. This is a series I do not have the complete sets. I just kind of been picking up the Blu-rays on a whim here and there whenever I think about it to search them up, and I think they're just now finishing up releasing all of them though. I think one more is going to be released in a few weeks. This is set 1. Get episodes 1 to 13. Knowing my luck, they're going to re-release this series in a more condensed set, and then I'll probably just end up getting that one, so I'm kind of waiting to see what they do with that aspect too. I'm not really going to talk about the story just because I don't know much. I started the series, it felt kind of meh. I don't know, so eventually I will get around to watching it, just I don't know when that's going to be, to be honest. Then we got set 2, which is episodes 14 to 26. I'm just gonna briefly show you guys the art and stuff. Just cause, well, like I said, I don't really know anything about the series at this point. I have set 3, where you have a look at Kakashi, I think. Is that Kakashi? Might be. And Boruto. I can't remember the names of the other people. I've only seen like the first 12 or 13 episodes of the series, and it wasn't gripping me, so why am I buying them? Because I like things to be complete, especially when you follow a universe or a series universe for so long. You just want more of that universe. We got set 4, episodes 40 to 52. Have no clue who any of these characters are. Other than Boruto on the back. Then we have set 5. We have episodes 53 to 66. Looks like that's Naruto on the cover with the haircut. And is that? Are them both Naruto? Them might be Naruto kid form and Naruto grown up Hokage form. Because the one thing I do know in this series is Naruto actually becomes Hokage. He chased his dream and he got it. That looks like Gar on the back, but I don't know who the and Sasuke maybe, but I don't know who the bad guy is. Then I don't know what set this is because they stopped numbering them, but I could be missing set 6. This might be set 7 of Noki's Will, is what this is labeled as. This contains episodes 80 to 92. So yeah, the last episodes were left off on 66, so I am missing set 6. This is actually set 7. And this is actually set 9, the Ninja Steam Scrolls. Because this is episodes 106 to 119, so I am missing 6 and 8 in order to have this complete to this point. So, yeah, I haven't really been collecting them as much just because I'm more focused on getting the originals first before diving into that. That's also probably why I haven't picked up any more Yashahime. Even though I enjoyed Yashahime more than the Boruto. So we're going to get into a few of the bonus. Let's do this because it's going to be a lot quicker, I hope. So these aren't in box sets, these are in complete seasons. So we got Black Clover Season 1, which includes a whopping episodes 1 through 51. So, you know, this series has a bunch of reuses a bunch of anime tropes, but I still love this series. I get entertainment from watching this. It is pretty awesome, I would say. Like, you have the main character, he wants to be the Wizard King, Hokage. He has a demon inside him, just like Naruto. There's a tournament fighting arc in this series. Yeah, so it has a bunch of anime tropes, but I still love it. I don't have it complete, but I do have season 2 as well. It's not open yet, but this includes 52 to episodes 102. Can't really remember the story beats of this. I'd have to rewatch it, but yeah, happy to have them, and they also fit the what I showed you so far. Inuyasha, Bleach, and Naruto. That was my trifecta of anime. This is just some bonus running anime that I have in my collection. So I hope you enjoy the bonus. And finally, this is going to take a little bit longer, but bear with me because you might enjoy this series. We have My Hero Academia Season 1. This includes episodes 1 through 13. This is actually a great running anime series. Very superhero or comic book like, obviously, but it's a fun watch. I don't know many of the story beats, but yeah. Then we have this is not going to be in sets either, at least not in the first point, just because I was trying to get these as condensed as I possibly can. This is season 2. So this is going to be where are they? This is going to be 38 episodes, so it doesn't tell me the actual episode number, but it's season 2. And fun fact, this has a tournament arc in it. Because why not? um, then we have season 3, which includes 25 episodes. Again, I don't really remember too many of the story beats to this season, but this was the final season I watched. That's when I actually caught up to the anime when I was binging it. So they had released up to season 3 when I had stopped, and I just never picked it back up to continue watching when they finally got around to getting season 4 out. But I do have season 4 on Blu-ray. This includes 25 episodes. Don't know what any of the story beats are about because, well, I never seen this season onward. Then, they only released collections up to this point, so then I started picking up season 5 part 1. So this includes 13 episodes on the first half of season 5. Don't know what any of it's about. Then we got season 5 part 2, labeled My Villain Academia. Don't know what that's about, but that's a definitely interesting marketing if that's what they were going for. This has the final 12 episodes of season 5. So in total, like 25 episodes or 24 episodes for season 5. Then I have season 6 part 1. Don't know what it's about, of course. But this has 13 episodes. But yeah. Whew. And season 6 part 2 has not been released yet. It will be released in a few weeks, maybe a month. Yeah, so trying to keep up on that. Eventually, hopefully, rewatch My Hero Academia to get caught up on it. Then, of course, I have the movies. My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. I haven't watched any of the movies, but I'm sure they're probably good. It will be interesting to see what kind of animation quality they have in the movies compared to the anime itself. Then we have My Hero Academia Heroes Rising. I'm pretty sure I picked these up like at Best Buy or Walmart randomly. Then we have My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission, which currently, to this day, I think is the final film at the moment. They probably could be releasing more, but that is all my long-running anime that I have in my collection. I went over well over an hour. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna cut it off here. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you have any opinions on the series. What is your guys' anime trifecta? Do you have a trifecta? Do you have a quadfecta? Or I don't even know what I'm saying now. Yeah. See you guys in the next video.